thought we'd take a look at one of these as well. So I actually bought this when I bought the new ICOM 7760, and you don't see too many of these being used. So it's the RC-28, essentially sort of second VFO knob, because obviously the bigger rigs, like the Kenwood 990 or even the old Yaesu FT2000 that's on the bench next to me. They've got a second VFO knob, but with the 7760, you've just got the one, and I quite like having a second one, especially if you want to listen around on another band without having to change the main band. And I believe this works on the 9700 as well. Also, don't quote me on that. What's that? Some instructions. What have we got there? A USB cable. Let's get that open. Unfortunately, I don't like to see this. It uses mini USB, which is a horrible connector. Everything should be micro USB, or these days USB-C. They're far superior. And if we get the box, it's a little tricky to do. It's well packaged. There we go. We've got the RC-28. What I will say is it's got some really nice weight behind it. It sits on the desk nicely. It's got sort of a non-slip base, but it just gives you a second VFO knob for the second one. I'm not too sure what the F1 and F2 functions are. I presume they're configurable, and there's a transmit button there as well. I use foot switches, but it's nice to have that anyway. You never know. So let's get this plugged into the 7760, and we'll see how it works. So if we turn that on, as it stands at the moment, the 7760, if you've seen the previous videos, it's a lovely rig. If we want to change the second VFO, we actually have to swap over, and we can change the frequency around there and swap back, and it's just a little bit fiddly if you wanted to change both of them. So if we we'll plug this in the back. There we go. There's that. I say that's my only complaint so far, is that mini USB port. It's a horrible connector, and I don't think they last very well either. So there's some USB Type A ports on the back of the radio. There we go. We've got link button, link light on there, and then if I just zoom you out a bit. Ooh. There we go. Zoom you out a bit. We can see what happens there. There we go. And now we can see. And if you can see there, we can change the frequency on the second VFO without having to actually switch focus away from our main VFO, which can be quite useful. Or if you're if you're doing two VFO, if you've got one in your left ear, one in your right ear, you can listen around on the other one without having to swap which one the primary transmit VFO is, which is quite handy. Yeah, it's a nice smart bit of kit. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. Probably over here somewhere. We'll figure that out as we get back on, or maybe on the right hand side. Maybe that'll be handy, so I can move one with one hand, one with another. I'll have to have a bit of a play and see how I get on.